Afternoon.
You timed this well, we're just about to tee off in the Ryder Cup.
Oh, don't say that. I'm going to miss the
Just
first.
about to watch
Are they? Are they?
Should we go and watch it?
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. David, where did you start? First of all, with your team news. Obviously, a blow this week with Januzaj out for at least 6 weeks.
Yeah, it is. It's a blow because he'd done well in several of the games. He'd looked as if he was finding a bit of form, and he's a really creative player for us, and we needed it. But we've got a few injuries this week, so we picked up a few injuries in last week's game. Stephen Pienaar pulled up with a hamstring last week. Adnan and Lee Catamol as well. So at the moment they're all out for tomorrow's game.
I guess that's a bit of a blow then for you, because Catamol was almost just getting himself back to full fitness, wasn't he? And Pienaar looked like he was set to add it.
Yeah, Stephen Pienaar had played very well in the games for us, but as most people saw, he pulled up after about 10 or 15 minutes. I don't think it's too severe, but it'll be enough to make him miss this game.
Mentally, are you pleased that August and September is out the way and you can move into October? Was that something you think in any way was playing in the players' mind?
No, certainly not playing in my mind. I don't think it was playing in the players' minds either. But I think it's something that's happened, and sometimes these hoodoos or bogeys, whatever you want to call them, go on. But well, let's hope it's over anyway. But we shouldn't have lost the game last week. That was for sure. The players are well aware of that. We were in a good position to win the game, but at the worst, we should have made sure that we came away with a point, if nothing else.
How have the players been this week? Have you noticed a reaction to your strong words after the game?
Well, we've got on the training pitch and we've done what we've had to do, try and correct things, try and improve it, and they know themselves. They knew they were in a great position to win the game. We didn't give ourselves a big enough chance to do so after going 2-0 up. But hopefully we'll learn from it, and the next time it happens we'll be better equipped.
It was certainly different, a sort of novel approach from yourself to criticise. Like, we don't see that much from managers these days. Do you think players in this day and age sometimes need to hear some home truths? Can they get a positive reaction from that?
Well, it wasn't generally meant to be a big critical situation of the players. It was just to say take responsibility. I've been a player, and I would hope that if the manager had said to me take some responsibility in picking somebody up or doing a specific job in the game, I would do that. I wouldn't see that as criticism. I would see that as being told to do the job right. So hopefully they realise they have to do that job. That was what it was meant to be. But if it's seen as criticism, no problem. I've got no problem with that at all. They have to start winning. I have to start finding a winning way, but they have to play their part.
You lost the team doctor this week in the wake of the Patrick Van Aanholt incident. What's your take on that? Is that just a general change at the club, or is that as a result?
Yeah. I think I was aware of some situations when I first came into the club, so I wouldn't put it down to just one incident. The doctor's been a really good servant here, and in football changes can happen.
Yeah, and obviously there has been a lot of changes. New chief executive, new manager. Is that something you think that you needed sort of changes throughout the whole backroom stuff?
I think that there will be more changes. I think we'll make more changes as we go along. But what we've tried to do is, because of the short time we came in, both myself and Martin, we weren't able to make big changes right away. We came in with a short period in the transfer window. So what it's done, it's given us a chance to assess what we've got, what's at the club. And the idea is to turn the club into a really successful team on the pitch and a really successful club off the pitch as well.
Can I ask, David, what you've made of your predecessor's week that he's had?
Well, it's been a hard week for football in general, and in many cases a hard week for managers or coaches in many ways. But the one thing is, Sam's a friend and will always be a friend. He's admitted to making a mistake, and obviously the most disappointing thing was that Sam had the job which he really wanted, and there were so many people pleased for him because he'd worked his way up through the ranks. Had to do it the hard way. Managed all the small clubs and then got into the Premier League and kept teams up when he had to. So I think in the end, to lose it in a circumstance like this, I think if you lose it because you lose games, then you've had a go. But there'll be nobody more disappointed than Sam himself, I'm sure.
I think you said when you joined it, you spoke to him a number of times before you took the post. I know he's out of the country now, but have you had a chance to speak to him?
No, I just sent him a message and just to say I was sorry that he'd lost his job. But again, as I can say, you know, Sam knows more than MD that, you know, if you make that mistake, then you're going to be caught out, or you can be caught out.
In your experience, your vast experience, is there an issue, is there a problem with corruption at all in football?
I don't know if I in my time I've not seen much of it. I've got to say I've not seen any of it probably. But you know, I think it would be great if it was more transparent, the whole thing. And what I mean by that is, every time you sign a player, the supporters, you don't get to know what the agent's fee is added onto the deal. So why don't we publish every agent's deal? Because I think then we might get a few shocks, you know. So, and I think if we'd done that, then we would be giving everybody the opportunity to see when you sign a player that maybe it just isn't the signing of the player which is the cost. And I think it would be a good thing for the football clubs as well, because the football clubs would have to show how much they're giving individually to individuals who represent the player. And if you're a supporter, you're asking to see so much transparency regarding things that maybe managers or coaches are doing. Well, if we're going to do that, we might as well go the full hog then and see what it actually is to get a player from another club.
Not a good thing for the agents though, I suppose.
No, but at the moment it's not looking like a very good thing for the managers and the coaches by some accounts. But it's only my opinion. I think if we'd done that, then I think there'd be a few more gasps.
Given what we've seen this week, and it sounds as though there's a few more names still to come out, do you think it's cast a bit of a dark cloud over football this week?
Football's so big, it'll always be bigger than any event. It's a world game, everybody wants to watch it, everybody plays it. Yes, it's not good, so not for a minute they're thinking, but football, everybody wants to watch it. The Premier League's a great league, La Liga's a great league, the German League's a great league. People want to watch football, they want to be involved in it. So it's not a good moment for us here, but it'll go away soon.
Thank you. David, are you expecting quite a tight, perhaps even slightly nervous affair this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. From our point of view, you know, West Brom have had some good results, so they come in better fettle. They're in a better league position, and they'll come here thinking they've got a chance of taking 3 points.
Tony Pulis, do you know what you're going to get from a Tony Pulis side? Vastly experienced, done a terrific job, pretty much wherever he's been, hasn't he?
Well, I'm sure you know the answers, what I'm going to say there by your question, but of course, but I've come up against Tony for years and years. As you can see, he got 1,000 games the other week there. It's a great achievement for any manager to reach 1,000 games. So I think everybody knows what Tony gives you. But what he tends to get is he gets teams which are hard to play against, tough to beat, and you know, he does well. He keeps them in the league. He makes sure that they grow, their club grow. I think Tony's done that for a long time.
How much focus has there been this week on defending set pieces? I mean, West Brom were very strong.
Very strong,
plays,
yeah, they are.
And obviously the final goal at the weekend came from.
Yeah. Well, it's something I'm sure everybody when they play West Brom would be concerned about. You have to defend set pieces well against them. So we'll have to do it ourselves. We didn't defend well last week, but I've got to say in a lot of the other games we have done okay, you know. So we have to try and hope that doesn't happen again, and we've worked to try and correct a few things, and hopefully it'll show.
You said Lee Cattermore's struggling. What's the extent of that injury?
Neural pain coming from his spine, we think, and down his legs. So we expect him to get an epidural today, or certainly over the weekend.
Do you know how long that might keep him out?
We don't know exactly. I think a lot depends on how long it takes for the injection sort of to cure the neural pain.
He's such a big presence, that voice on the pitch and organising and stuff like that. It's a big loss. Have you got people, do you think, in the team who can organise and in situations like last weekend when you've got a set piece to defend, can organise and pull people around?
I think we have, yeah. I think we have, and if not, then they have to now start growing into it. That's what happens. You put young players in, and then they get opportunities. So they have to show that they can do it. They have to show that they're capable of stepping up. So Lee will be missed, undoubtedly, but it gives other people that chance.
Thank you.
This morning in Tony Pulis' press conference, he suggested Sunderland might have to adapt their style to get results. Do you think that is the case? Maybe not playing the style of football you might want to get results?
Yeah, I think so. I think that Sunderland probably over the years have recently had to find a way of getting a result, and I've mentioned that getting a result by hook or by crook just now would be fine. So I'd like it to be good football. I'd like it to be exciting football. That's what I would want it to be in the end. But again, maybe along this long journey, maybe we have to be a bit ugly until we get underway.
A win's a win, and you want a win every week. But do you think there's a little bit of extra pressure perhaps to get that win before the international break? What a difference would it make getting those first 3 points in the league before the break?
Well, I think you get into any break, you'd always like to win because it lightens the mood of the manager, that's for sure, and it doesn't mean you have to wait so long to the next game. But I think the players want that as well. They normally find their managers in a better mood if they get that result, and they can sometimes get an extra day off if they get a good result. So let's hope they get an extra day off this week because we've had a good result. Okay, cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.